Hi everyone. Some of you asked me a question related to my 2022 plans. So here is the video. If you remember 2021, I was aggressively adding more sites to my portfolio by creating few sites from scratch and also by purchasing few sites, starter sites that were available. But this year I changed my strategy. It's going to be mixed approach. At least I am not seriously thinking about starting any site from scratch, at least for at this moment. Maybe I will think about it after a couple of quarters if I can't find any starter niche sites in the niches that I'm looking for. And also in addition to that, I want to focus on some of the sites that I ignored in 2021. So it's going to be mixed approach in the year of 2022. I will go through all the sites that are currently in my portfolio and explain you the plan for 2022, that with some reasoning or my thought process that will make the things clear. Before I get started, one constant question or repeated questions from most of you is what is my revenue expectation for 2022? I have been telling this a few times that revenue is I think slightly unpredictable considering the current volatile situation. As you know, from last 3-4 months the entire environment is very volatile because of the algorithm updates and various other reasons and indexing issues and all that. However, the forecast, my forecast is anywhere between 5k to 10k per month. It's a wide range, but that's what it is. Anything above that will be very happy situation, but I'm expecting portfolio may hit minimum 5k and anywhere between 5k and 10k. That's a happy situation for me. That's the forecast, but as I said, it's unpredictable considering the current situation. I will keep you posted month on month basis. That's about the revenue. Let's get on to the sites. So this is my first sites. That's the primary sites which is earning now major revenue. It was actually making about $2,500 couple of months back. Now it is about only $1,800, but this happens in the beginning of the year. I'm expecting that this will again pick it up. The plan for this particular site is probably add maybe another 20-30 articles for next couple of months till maybe March, April, and then take a pause for about maybe 6 months and then look for potential buyer to sell off these sites in probably Q3 or Q4 of 2022. So currently the site has about 320 articles. I may push to 350 plus or so. The reason is this is a under beauty is a hair micro niche, so I exhausted most of the low competition topics. Now as in I more and more I research, I'm hitting the high competition research keywords, so that may need some kind of additional supporting for the site to perform well, probably in terms of PR or branding or backlinks and all that. I do not want to take that path. I want to continue the path of low competition keywords and then performing as far as possible without any paid backlinks and all that. So that's the approach I am currently following, and I want to continue that. Because of that reason, I felt like I think I hit that saturation point with respect to low competition keywords, and maybe a new owner may take it to the next level. With that process, I want to this is what I'm currently thinking. However, one important point to note, as you all know, from last 3-4 months, 2 months, I think couple of months, there has been severe indexing issues for across all the sites. I have been hearing this from majority of the bloggers. So apart from 2 weeks in January, this site is doing absolutely perfectly fine with indexing. This is the only site in my entire portfolio that doesn't have any kind of indexing issues, barring the 2 weeks in the month of January. Whenever I publish any article, whatever may be the type of article, within 24 hours, the article gets indexed. And most of the, in 99% of cases, in maybe 1% of cases, it may be in 2-3 days, but hardly there is any time in last maybe year or so where I faced any indexing issues with this site. For that reason, I'm thinking probably if all other sites also come back to normalcy with respect to the indexing, I may push off this site, I may continue with my plan, or else I may think about holding it. But current plan is publish more content till maybe March, April 2022, give 6 months break, then sell it off. that's the plan. Let's see what happens. That's about site number 1. Then let me move to site number 2. Site number 2 is completely ignored site. No work was done in 2021. The reason was the site got hit by Google product review algorithm in the month of April, because majority of the content was commercial content and also content quality was very low, to be honest. And I completely ignored this particular site. However, the site is actually on coffee niche, and the product's values are very high in this particular niche, and the EPMVs are obviously going to be high. One of the reason why I picked up this niche was the product cost only, because in the site number 1 the product cost was not very high, but things did not go well. Now I'm thinking, can I look for another maybe a 40-50 low competition keywords in this particular niche and make this site gain the momentum again and make some money? Then later point of view, maybe I will think about selling off the sites. That's basically the plan currently. So the plan is to publish another maybe a 50-60 low competition articles. One of the reason why I am rethinking about this particular site is the domain is nearly 1.5 year old domain. Normally my observation is, if it is a old domain, aged domain with a live content, this will actually help in ranking faster. That's the reason I am re-looking at this particular site. That's about site number 2. Then site number 3, this has been incrementally growing. I am also investing only a very partial effort onto this. Every month about probably maybe anywhere between 3 to 5 articles. I will continue to do that. Currently 150 articles are there, and just want to maintain the same momentum. So maybe publish about 3 to 5 articles per month is the plan, and going to continue with this site for entire 2022, and in 2023 I will think about what to do with this. That's about site 3. And site 4, if you remember, I stopped working on this site since October. Once the site hit about 100 articles, I felt like it is not really worth investing a lot of money and effort onto this particular site. The reason is, if you look at the page views versus the revenues, the site gets about maybe anywhere around 8 to 9 US dollars of EPMV, whereas compared to my other sites it's about 50%, half of the other other major sites that I have. So I thought instead of spending effort and time onto this particular site, I will spend the time onto other sites. For that reason, I actually stopped working on this particular site. However, the content is very good. This is about 70%, 80% informational content, all majority of them low competition keywords. Because of that reason, it's actually started now ranking slowly well. It's just 11 months old site. It was launched in February 2021. So I'm expecting this will actually gain some momentum, get some more traffic, and easily I think it will actually make the money for that I spent onto this site, and surely will bring the profit. But this may not become a big site of maybe $2,000 kind of site, but I am very sure this may go anywhere. It may reach about that $500 mark in maybe few months of time. However, considering the EPMVs and all those things, I am not keen to continue working on this. So give a break for next 6 months, then take a call either to want to sell it off or want to keep it. That's the plan. If you want to see more details about this particular site, like how the entire analytics for last 12 months and how basically the EPMVs are, you please let me know, ask in the comment section. It's mentioning the exact site name. I will create a separate video sharing all those details. I won't be able to reveal the URL, but I will share all other details related to this particular site. That's the plan for site number 4. And site number 5, this is the site on which I stopped working since last year June. I published about 56 articles. 95% of the content is commercial content. I thought it also got hit along with site number 2 as part of product review algorithm. That's why I stopped. And also the product is very ultra niche, micro niche product. There is only one device where there are hardly about maybe 100 200 models available in the market itself of those devices. So for that reason I couldn't continue, and also I thought because of the commercial content it got hit with the algorithm, hit by the algorithm. However, of late I see that there is some momentum. There is no much of increase in the traffic, but because it's a commercial content, though there is a little increase in the traffic, there is a revenue coming. For that reason I am now thinking I may look at review this site and see if there is any possibility to add another maybe a review, and see if we can add another 40-50 articles in 2022. Probably in next 6 months I will refocus onto this site and see if there is any possibility to add some more content to this particular site. So this is going to be another site I am going to pick it up in 2022, resume basically. Then site number 6, this is my major site. This is my big ticket item, as I mentioned in my monthly report also. If you look at my monthly income report, site number 6 already coming up well. This is only just about 7 to 8 months site, already hitting nearly $500. I'm expecting by end of this year this may become another $2,000 site. Because of that reason I want to invest more and more content. Entire 2022 there will be consistent focus onto this site also. So basically push more content in 2022. That's about it. There is no thought of selling this particular site. Push more content, make it earn more money. That's about this particular site. And site number 7 is the site I purchased in the month of March 2021. I made a case study also. There were several problems in the initial months. However, after I cleaned up the basically the content and all that, it started growing well. Now it is making around $500 per month. It already made about $157% of return on the investment. I created a video also about that few weeks, I think couple of weeks back. So the plan for now is currently site has about 80 articles. Hit that 100 mark, give probably 6 months of break, then maybe I can think about selling this particular site. So add hit 100 plus articles, or just say publish 100 plus articles, give 3-4 months break, then sell off. That's the plan for site number 7. Then site number 8 is another site that was completely ignored in 2021. This is a gardening site. I wanted to create a site in gardening niche, but unfortunately there was no focus. This is another very competitive niche. However, if you can actually identify a ultra micro niche within gardening niche and can do a quality keyword research, probably you may be able to find some low competition keywords. The plan is basically again review and work on this particular site. Work on this site in 2022. That's the plan. The reason is this is going to be an evergreen niche. That's basically the reason. But it's going to take some time to identify those low competition keyword. It's not going to be as easy as other other micro niches. So they need to spend some time. Also, the domain is now more than an year age. Because of that reason, I think I'm now inclined towards reworking on this particular site in 2022. That's about site number 8. And coming to site number 9, if anyone asks me one big mistake I made in 2021, that is the picking up this particular site. So what I did was I like this particular the domain related to this particular micro niche. Sometime back I bought that domain. And back of my mind, I always wanted to start the site because I own that particular domain. It happens to all of us. You can also relate. That was some emotional decision. Then one fine day, I decided to go ahead and launch the site. Then there were several low competition keywords, but what I overlooked was most of the keywords are how-to kind of keywords. If you go to Google and search for how-to kind of content, majority of the top ranking top results would be YouTube videos. So it is going to be extremely difficult to overtake and take those top spots for how-to kind of a content. So that is the second thing that I overlooked. So totally this site is the decision of starting this site was a very bad decision. So but I already I realized, by the time I realized I already created about 30-40 articles. What I did was I immediately stopped the senior writers, and I picked up couple of college interns and then gave them the remaining topics. They created the content. So content quality is also currently very low. Also I think the expenses also low. I just wanted to hit that 100 mark and then take a break. I will leave it for about next 6 months. If out of those 100 articles, if maybe Google likes probably, let's say, maybe 10-15 articles also and rank them, then maybe the site will make its own, the money that I spent on that. Overall, this is probably one of the bad step in 2021. No intention to work on this particular site anymore. No plan to work on this site. Site in 2022. So that's about site number 9. So just want to hit that 100 mark. Already 80 plus articles are there. Another maybe 20 articles already written. Need to just format and publish it. That's about it. Close, end of the story for this particular site. And site number 10, which is the public case study, I bought this in last week of December, and whatever changes I am making on this particular site, I am creating videos, and these are all there in the playlist. Please go and check it out. So the plan for this particular site is, first I need to clean up everything. I think there are about another 15 articles are there to be cleaned up, and then I will see if there is any scope to add more content. By looking so far, what my observation is, this site has scope to add maybe another 30-40 articles easily without much of effort. I should be able to find them easily. I will add those. Then site will have about, let's say, about 100 plus articles. Give a 6 months break, then sell it off. So I bought it in the month of December. Most likely I may think about selling probably in the month of November or December, or else if things go well, or at that time if required little more time, maybe I will push the selling part to next year, 2023. So the plan is to add another 20-30, about 30 plus articles, and then give some break, then review. That's basically the plan about this particular site. So one observation out of all these 10 sites is, if the aging, if the domain is basically aged domain and is live, then I observed that the indexing and rankings are much better compared to a brand new site. And this, I observed this with site number 10 and observed with site number 7. I'm not talking about expired domains here. I do not have much of experience with expired domains, so I won't be able to comment on that. But if the site is live and also basically has a considerable age, then I think things are looking positive. For that reason, then I am not really thinking about starting any new sites from scratch in 2022. Rather than I may actually keep looking for some of starter sites in 4 or 5 niches that I shortlisted, and if I find any site with good price, I may purchase it and build on top of it. See, now if you look at all my 10 site portfolio, already site number 2, site number 5, site number 8 and site number 6. There are 4 sites that I need to refocus. That means I have enough work to focus on, and then I will actually keep tracking the marketplaces. There are 4 or 5 niches I shortlisted, like home kitchen and outdoor and this. And in those niches, if I actually find any of the sites, I will purchase them and then build on top of it. That's the plan for 2022. It's going to mixed approach. Relook at the current some of the sites in my portfolio that has some potential but was ignored. Part 1. Part 2, keep looking for the marketplaces to see any of the starter set that has good potential, purchase them and then add to the portfolio. Probably if I can't find anything in next maybe 6 months or so, then I will think about adding some maybe new site in maybe a second half of 2022. But current plan is whatever I shared with all of you. Those are the details, those are the plans, and as we progress, probably I may have to tweak it according to the situation. So if you have any questions, please do ask in the comment section. Thanks. Bye.